Sagittarius, this is Leonie. I've come to do your monthly guidance actually. It may resonate with a few of you, may not resonate with everybody. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm getting confused and kerfuffled here. So that's going to be the kind of energies that are going on for you guys. So I'm going to be using the Arcanum Tarot, and I will pull you some of my very own flower guidance spiritual cards at the end to give you that final message as well. Please keep an open mind with all these readings. Like I say, it's not going to be for everybody. Just take what resonates with you alone. So the kind of feeling I'm getting here is you're contemplating taking steps or taking some kind of move in a new direction. Put it that way. You're very and ahhing all over the place at the moment. It could be to do with moving home, moving location, changing tactics, changing your steps, whatever it may be. But there is that unbalanced, undecided kind of feeling with it as well. And there's a little bit of impatience with that as well as I look at the bottom of the deck, because we've got the Eight of Wands, and it's kind of a card to say slow down and wait, be patient, have things happen at the right time, right pace, right location, etc. It is to do with some kind of move, because we've got the Wheel of Fortune anyhow, and it's changing the energy, it's changing location, it could be distance as well. There's a lot of distance here with what I'm picking up, especially with the Eight of Wands as well, and there could be back and forth communication, and there's a battle with the elements. That's how I feel. So whether that's physically with the weather in some way, shape and form as well, it could be, but it's almost like you're sending a message out to the universe that you want change to happen here. And with that karmic wheel coming out, it is trying to say that you've got to go with the flow here more than anything. Anything can happen at any given point in time. So there's obstacles there. There's obstacles of moving on, moving forward, changing the energy. It's very stagnant and stuck, and it's almost like you're very rigid. You're not willing to give any leeway here one bit. You're going to need to give and have that leeway. You're going to need to be flexible. You're going to need to go with the flow here. Put the energy and effort into being flexible with something anyhow. I feel like you're going to be pushed in a different direction. You're not going to like it, so you're going to be rigid, and you're going to be kind of wanting to take back the reins of control. And you're really trying to force something with that Eight of Wands as well. Could be to do with some kind of wish fulfillment here as well, or trying to get settled in some kind of way. I don't feel very settled with this. In fact, I feel like you're in the middle of a storm, if I'm honest. Things are all over the place, and you're just hanging on, you're clinging on for survival at the moment. But the Eight of Wands can also be good news coming in, can be good news going out. But it's a lot of back and forth kind of energy and travel here as well, and the wheel is travel as well. We've also got the Six of Cups. So this could be something to do with your past. It could be to do with children. It could be to do with your inner child as well. But this could also be immaturity that I'm picking up on here as well. So it's like stomping your feet because you can't get what you want kind of feeling. And life doesn't work like that. You've got to go with the flow. You've got to create your own luck. You've got to make things happen, and it's about taking steps towards making those things happen. It's about creating change, taking steps towards it. Once you do, things will start progressing and moving on, moving forward for you. And especially it's about releasing the past in some kind of way as well. It's almost like you're stuck in the past. here, and I kind of saw her like, again, a little temper tantrum. So I don't know if someone's throwing everything up in the air, chucking things up, like physically chucking things up in the air. But somebody's trying to gain attention here as well with this Fool card. But they're also being ignored as well at the same time. Look at the dog. Look at her face. It's like somebody's world. Okay, I don't know who I'm connecting with, but it's like somebody's world around them is crashing down. And they're hanging on. They're hanging on. They think they're on solid ground, but look at the surroundings. They're in the middle of a storm here, and everything around them is crashing down on them. Again, I'm seeing a ram here in the background. Symbols, and I don't know if there's an Aries involved here somewhere along the line. But the white rose here indicates that something has ended and they're not willing to either move on or move forward. Again, with that Six of Cups, that's past energy as well. Could be a past person involved. The Wheel of Fortune is a force that pushes you along. It makes things happen. It's also a karmic cycle and a karmic wheel as well. And the 8 is about change or needing to change. But there is a force here, and not listening, not letting go of this ending, not letting it go, not trusting. And in fact, they could be being a fool, literally being a fool because of it. But they're not paying attention to someone here either. And whether it's a child they're not paying attention to, or they're not paying attention to their own inner child here and healing that and working on that. There could be some bad news here, or some challenging news anyhow, that's going to force a situation to end. Force them to move on in a different way. Force them to move on. Move forward, move on, change location, change direction, change something anyhow. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not surprised the moon has come out. There's some illusions here, but there's also a lot of fear that somebody's holding on to. They're holding on to the fear of the unknown, fear of being isolated, alone, lonely. There's illusions, but something is being strongly highlighted here to help them to make changes. But they've got to go through that doorway, but their emotions are getting in the way of moving on in their life. It's very dramatic. Very scared kind of energy, scared kind of feeling. Scared of where to go or what to do, or scared of what's coming up or what they've got to face. Could be. But the universe has obviously brought through the 8 of Wands here as well, and it is about taking steps and action towards facing those fears. It's about putting all the energy and effort into the right areas of life. Maybe expressing communicating in some kind of way to somebody. Maybe even just your inner child. To say enough's enough, it's time to move on, it's time to move forward. Bringing a little bit of self-love there. There's no self-love here at all. There's not. It's just a feeling of being trapped. Trapped in your own mind, trapped between situations, scenarios. Again, the moon's there. There's illusions there. You're blinded to reality as well. There could be some mental turmoil going on here as well. It's the dark versus the light kind of energies and the struggles that come with that. This is actually feeling very vulnerable, if I'm honest. So someone's feeling this and someone's really holding on tight to what they can control, and they're really holding on tight, and they're not letting go of that wheel, and they're trying to steer themselves in a certain direction or steer somebody else in a certain direction, but it's not happening. That rigidness is never going to work. Life is meant to flow. If you're hanging on and you're hanging on, your life just stops. No progress, no movement, no change, no growth. Lessons not learnt. That's the karmic wheel. The karmic wheel teaches you lessons. If you do good, good will come back to you. If you do bad, then the same happens. But the wheel is always spinning. Somebody is unwilling to move on or move forward from the past. And they are being very stubborn. And they're letting their feelings and emotions take control. Someone grabbed my arm then as well. So I know. And this is from a male in spirit. I do need to say that. So you've got spirit trying to help you out and guide you here. They're actually pulling you along in a new direction. But there's so much resistance. It's crazy. You're clinging on and you're clinging on and you're clinging on. Maybe you haven't even grown up yet. It could be the case because there's a lot of childish energy here as well. Yep, there we go, hanging on. Not trusting your intuition, not listening to spirit, not listening to anybody apart from yourself and your own wants or needs here. You're hanging around, you're not letting go, you're not taking a leap of faith, you're not trusting in spirit, you're not moving on. Not surprised that these have come out. With the devil sitting there as well with the Fool card. It's kind of like prisoner energy. You're in hell. You're in hell. You're stuck in this toxic energy, in this toxic cycle. And maybe you believe what you're thinking here as well. This lots of illusions, stagnation and addictions and toxicity, anxiety, depression, clinging on to the same old. Nothing is changing because that devil is on your shoulders. And it's stopping you from moving on, moving forward. But this is a sword of truth. So some of you may be exposed to some home truths here. But this is certainly communication coming in from spirit. And it is the light versus the dark. Because that is directly underneath that devil card. But you're struggling to see that light. You're struggling to face some truths here. You're struggling to be successful in some kind of way from moving on, moving forward. You've got to let go. You've got to help yourself to move on, move forward, and trust in the universe here guiding you. There's a real strong pull on my arm here. And it is male energy. This feels fatherly as well. So this could be dad, granddad guiding you right now. It's enough of this back and forth energy. It's enough. It's time to surrender. You know, with the moon, the wheel, the devil, the hangman. These are all major arcanas. You are resisting change. The Page of Swords is not good news. Someone is leaving. Someone is shutting the door. Someone may have walked away here. They saw the light. They saw the truth. They walked away. They shut the door. You're going to have to accept that they are not coming back. I don't feel this is you, because you're stuck in the energy. You haven't moved on. Someone has moved on here. Someone saw the light in this dark situation and they moved on, and it wasn't good news for you. And they're actually cutting ties as much as possible, or trying to, for their own peace of mind, for their freedom. You may even feel distance. You may even feel a pull, but you're still resisting. Still resisting. So the Wheel of Fortune's in control here. The universe is fully in control here. You are resisting at the moment. But what it's doing is bringing your health down in some kind of way by not facing your fears, by not moving on, not moving forward. And there could be obstacles cropping up and blocks and stops all over the place. So it's kind of like you getting in touch with reality. It's about facing the truth in the whole scenario situation. It's about following your heart now. It's about letting go, releasing, surrendering to what no longer serves you, to move your life on or change that location, or this distance thing that we're talking about here. But most of all, this is about you getting out of your head and stopping the overthinking, the worrying, the stressing, and to break those toxic cycles, habits, addictions, life addictions that you're carrying there. Healing. This energy on my arm is crazy. It really is. But all I will say to you is healing is coming in. I think at the moment you're not sensing that or seeing it or feeling it because you've got so much going on in your new head. But if you just surrender, there are new beginnings there for you in a very different way. Very different way. It's time to act now, and that is right above the Hangman card. Take steps before you feel even worse than what you already do. Why sit in that energy? Why drain yourself even more so? Act upon it. You know? Speak your truth to you. Listen to yourself. Ask yourself, is this working? Be open and honest with yourself about your life and what you want. Surrender. And I said this to you. They're not coming back. They've gone. They're cutting cords, they're cutting ties, they're cutting communication, something. Somewhere, someone here has got to grow up. They've got to grow up. They've got to let go of the past to be able to help them to move on, move forward. And I know that's coming across as harsh, and you know, I'm guided by spirit with what I say and how I say it. I really am. But all I'm saying is you're not on your own, and things will change for the better once you surrender, let go, and trust in the universe guiding you. Anxiety is crazy. Blocked, you know, you don't like change. You don't like anybody walking away from you. Something feels very unfair in your eyes, but you've got to move on. You've got to move forward. You've got to drop it. Let it go. Flick that little devil off your shoulders. Live your life. Find your inner child and be happy. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you guys. I hope that helps you and I hope that makes sense. But I wish you the very best of luck. But take care.